In the previous video, we learned about fragments. In this video, we'll learn about pagination, and we'll see how pagination or Houdini pagination apply helps us introduce pagination to pages with a long list of items. So let's dive in. Let's see how Houdini helps us in adding pagination to a long list of products quite effortlessly. In pagination, you avoid querying an entire list from your API in order to minimize the amount of data transfers over the network. Right. To support these GraphQL APIs, will paginate a field, allowing users to query a slice of the list. The strategy used to access slices of a list fall into two categories. Offset-based pagination relies on offset and limit, and this is the most common form of pagination that we see in products where you are just working with ranges, right? You tell about a page size and you tell about where to start, right? It has not much dependency on a single record, and that's why a lot of pagination implementations out there follow this offset and limit based pagination only. Another form of pagination is basically cursor based pagination, where you have a bi-directional strategy where you always somewhat keep a persistent pointer to a location in your DB. In cursor-based pagination, you have a direct reference to, say, a product in a listing, and based on your direct reference or your ability to point to a certain position in a list, you are able to navigate forward as well as backward at any point of time. So to enable paginated queries or to enable for the pagination, what we'll have to do is we'll have to just open the PageGQL file, and then we can say that, hey, enable pagination for me by adding paginate. And as you can see, paginate is used to mark a field for pagination, right? So just add this, save it. Currently we are rendering a list of 9 products. Let's just imitate that this is a long list and make this 3 records at a time, right? Now we are able to see 3 records. To work with pagination, what you usually require is you require some local state, something like hash pagination, right? Or something like hash previous page or next page, right? Besides these local states, you are also required in most of the cases to maintain a callback like load next page, load previous page, right? And then probably some index like current page or something, right? So you are required to maintain at least several piece of states to keep track of your current state in the paginated list. Simplifies this. You won't have to rely on this local state. Houdini will auto-populate your collection store with variables or state that you can use to easily navigate and easily add control to paginate your list, right? The first one of these states is come here and say if collection dot page info and there check has next page. You can check for this value and then you can conditionally add stuff, right? And just print has pages. Save this. It says has pages. Come back to your query and say save this for 20 records, right? Now we are seeing all of the products, and now that has pages is gone, right? Which shows that this variable is working. Come back and save this again. It says has pages. Now to navigate, what you'll have to do now is you'll have to add a button say load page or load next page, and there you can say on click create a sync function, and there say collection load next page. Save this. Now let's go ahead and click and see if this works for us. Yep, it worked. Click again. Now we are seeing a list of 9 products. Go open a product detail, come back, you have all of the products listed. Reload the page, load next page, load next page, right? So you can do it similarly, right? You can probably duplicate this, and here you can say has previous page, and here you can replace this with load previous page. Scenarios where you have to render multiple pages, there you can totally rely on has previous page and has next page to determine whether there is a previous page or there is a next page, and then only you can invoke load previous page and load next page, right? So that's all to it. That's all to the basic pagination that we can do with Houdini. In this video, we have learned about pagination, and we can say that now, till this episode, we have learned about almost all of the powerful constructs that Houdini offers us to make queries using GraphQL and different auto-generation magic it introduces. There will be one more bonus video before I conclude the volume 1 of Better GraphQL with Houdini series. So see you in my next video. Bye-bye.